do I overcome ageism or age bias in the hiring process? Well, it's a great question, Karen. The first thing that you want to do is to understand where it's coming from. Okay, understand that we all have some form of, biases in our lives. Like, stereotypes exist for a reason. Understand that stereotypes exist because they are based in truth. It doesn't mean that they are the truth. Okay, so as an example, with an older worker, they have this preconceived notion, and this stereotype exists about you being that you are slower to adapt. Maybe you are a resistor of ideas. Maybe you are, slower to adapt, resistor of technology. Okay, you're like, I don't know about this AI stuff. I don't want to use it. All right, I've done it this way, stuck in my ways. Right, these are some of the things that they think about when they think about an older worker. Also more expensive, right? Maybe doesn't take direction well from others, like maybe a younger worker. How is this person going to fit in with the culture? So think about that, Karen. I want you to think about those. Understand the negative stereotypes first and foremost. Anytime you're overcoming something, you have to understand where it comes from. And then we want to overcome those stereotypes before they ever come out. Okay? So how do you do that? How do you overcome it before it ever comes out? Well, if I were wanting to overcome adaptability, well, let's say I was using AI. I was using technology. I was using the tools of the modern day and age. Well, wouldn't that show that I'm adaptable and capable? And that old saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? You've heard that before. Well, wouldn't that show that that's wrong, right? And that here I am using technology. I remember back in the day, they would tell job seekers that were older, they would tell them to bring an iPad into the interview because that showed that you use technology. Hey, whatever you got to do to showcase the fact that they're wrong, okay? That's how you overcome it before it comes out, so that they're going, dang, I judged a book by its cover. I looked at this person and I judged them. Okay? And we all do it every single day. If you say that you don't, you're lying to yourself and to the world. We do it every single day. We make judgments based off of what we see. And right or wrong, it's just the way that the human mind works. A lot of times it's meant to keep you safe, right? You might judge a neighborhood where you're like, I don't know if I'm going out there to that neighborhood, right? That judgment, it doesn't mean anything except for you just have this sixth sense of like safety and protection, right? And so we have these judgments and we have these stereotypes that exist because they're based in truth, but they are not the truth. And so we just need to showcase to that employer that it's not the truth. Okay? It's not the truth. You need to overcome that objection before it ever comes out. But the first step is understanding, it's clarity, and understanding what those objections are. That's how you overcome age bias.